clap.
No,
One big loud clap.
Oh, my bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What we in the film biz call a audio.
That's the
sync.
marker. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
What's up? Critterpit Nation.
What up, Critterpit Nation? The energy is electric.
It's electric.
Today.
It's electric.
It's a
My
buzz.
ears are literally ringing.
Yeah.
It's that electric.
I'm dying.
You're dying?
Yeah. It's so electric.
That is electric. Well,
Electrified.
why is it so electric in here, Ethan?
It's beautiful out.
Well, it is beautiful out. It's also beautiful inside because we're joined by a
We're
very
joined
special
by
guest.
The long anticipated, the
Number
long hyped,
two.
number 2 biggest fan.
Man of the podcast. Finally in the
Keegan
studio.
Tates.
Thanks for having me.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Keegan Tates,
Hooray.
here to provide some analysis for Robocop for my boys at the Critterpit.
Hell
Excellent.
yeah.
We're very happy to have you
Speaking
here.
of Keegan, he had a wonderful quote the other day, which will be going on some merch. He
Okay.
said, correct me if this isn't the exact wording, it was something like, Critterpit is the only pod for me.
That is awesome.
Actual
That is
quote.
absolutely
So-
on
I was.
Once I make the ground, that's gonna be on there a lot. A lot of that.
It's Critterpit is the only merch, or no, Critterpit is the only podcast for me, and then also I know 99.9% more than people.
Oh my god, that's a good drop.
Yeah,
I need a soundbite board.
yeah.
That's
So
nice
there's big ambitions for
After we
this.
get the third mic,
After
we'll get that.
Yeah,
that
which means we
soundboard.
also would need a new mixer. It's just a lot of work.
You gotta start pursuing sponsors, man.
That's true.
Honestly, yeah, NordVPN, all that.
Yeah, and
Because we are changing
Raid,
the podcast.
Raid Shadow
game.
Legends.
We are changing it up.
We are fundamentally changing the hierarchy of that.
Yeah, we're shifting it up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This is like episode 12, I think, right? Doing
Yeah.
Robocop.
yeah.
Which is
watched
why we have
all the
Keegan
other
here.
ones. Yeah, because Keegan loves RoboCop.
It was very good, I will say.
We all love RoboCop.
We all love Robocop.
Oh, speaking of gifts, who brought up gifts? So I have a gift for you, Keegan.
Oh,
We always have gifts for
very
our guests.
excited.
Always.
Bit of lore on this. I've tried to give this to Sam. He denied. I tried to give this to my brother. He denied. So I think...
I might have to keep up the tradition.
No.
You're gonna love it.
It's locked
You
in.
will love
it's
this.
locked in. Without further ado, here you go.
That is awesome.
Do you want to describe
Explain what it is?
to that?
Ethan has given me a pop socket
Yeah.
for the Edmonton Police Service.
Which is
Oh,
very
yeah.
fitting for today's
Let's
episode.
see you put that on.
No,
Yeah. No, put it on
Let's
your
see
phone.
it.
no,
Pop it
You have
on.
to-
I'm good.
Please respect
No?
our gift or get out of the
Dude.
studio.
We're actually sponsored by the Edmonton Police Department here today.
They just have so much money, they're just giving it away
Yeah.
now.
Sam here is from Edmonton.
I am from
Lord.
Edmonton.
Oh,
Yep,
Yeah.
a bit of a transplant.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Came here for film school, as it is, and loved every second of Red Deer.
That's not true.
What a great city. What a wonderful place.
Hater.
I'm gonna stay here for the rest of my life.
It's not true.
No.
Keegan's from Red Deer,
I am.
funnily enough.
I'm a native.
Yeah.
Native to the
native.
city.
Born and raised. Are you putting it on?
No, I'm putting it in my pocket.
That's good though, because I didn't expect my brother to not accept it. He is very apolitical. But he's like, nah, dude. Even he was like, bad.
That's
dude.
bad vibes.
Yeah.
There's been a big culture shift regarding police lately. It's
Yeah.
like, you see less and less cop movies coming out, like RoboCop, Dirty Harry. You see so much of those dying
It's actually
out
true.
and dissipating.
Do you think
Because-
that's a response to Kevin Smith's worst movie ever, Cop Out?
For sure.
I think
people,
that's interesting,
I think the people
because-
were very angry at Kevin Smith, and in turn, that spawned the all the anti-police movements we see today.
It was a
Where it came from?
big
Shit.
movement for defund the police, and ACAB was the
We
movie
gotta get
Cop
back
Out.
on Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was I gonna say? When all the cop drama was going down, the only thing I heard getting quote unquote canceled was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So that's an interesting point. I didn't
Yeah.
really hear any other cop properties getting the heat.
I think because Brooklyn Nine-Nine presented itself as a very,
Genial,
genial,
wholesome.
oh, we're cool,
We're
we're
a
hip.
family.
Yeah. So it had that kind of audience that would then,
Well,
be-
and with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, there are several issues with how it shows
Coat's coming
policing.
Oh,
Yeah,
here,
it's
you hold
getting
this.
too hot.
I'm taking
Yeah,
the sweater
that
off.
works for me.
Fuck it, dude.
Like with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you see in a lot of episodes, they're very quick to draw guns. They're very quick to engage in like attempted violence. That might be wrong. I haven't seen the show in a while.
No, I think
But-
that's right. From
Yeah,
my
And
memory.
if
lot
you
of
remember
it's-
the episode where Terry is accosted by a racist police officer, it winds up becoming. The episode at least frames it a bit as an issue of the past and of old policing, where there's still some stragglers
Yeah.
and some bad apples in the department, as opposed to systemic issues.
Yeah.
Which, like, especially in New York, where the show takes place,
It's bad
it's historically been terrible for
Yeah.
policing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pass this back to Ethan.
I like that show. It's funny.
It is.
It is a
funny.
good show. It is a
Yeah.
good
Funny.
show.
So
Yeah.
I guess this is a good segue into our discussion about
Maybe
RoboCop.
they should have made RoboCop called Detroit 99
Oh,
Ooh,
because it's set in
write
Detroit.
that down.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Maybe that'll be the sequel television show.
Dude, it'd be Delta City 99.
No, but it's not Delta City yet.
OCP stays
building
winning, dude.
Delta
OCP
City.
stays winning.
Were you even watching the movie? It's old.
I'm
are
an
they
OCP
building-
diehard.
You are?
Yeah.
We kind of based our logo on I based
Yeah,
the
I
logo on the
know.
OCP logo.
The P inside
The
the,
P,
C.
yeah.
But yeah, what is there ethical, not ethical, but what's the moral kind of quandary with cop films, with this history behind all this? What is, especially with the RoboCops, it's different with RoboCop because it's so strongly layered in satire and irony.
Yeah.
But where,
Here, I'll give you my mic.
yeah, what's going on here?
So, have you heard of propaganda as a concept?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that term, yes.
So that's where
Paw
a lot of
Patrol.
these, yeah, it's actually not a terrible example. Of
Really?
it. Well, where it's introducing policing to children as a friendly aspect, where police are to be trusted and to be looked up to and revered, as opposed to
Where the reality is much
an
more,
institution to be broken down.
yeah,
And-
standoffish,
Mhm.
you could say. Put it lightly.
Yeah.
Police. Yeah. RoboCop, though. You want to give an introduction to the film?
Yeah,
as we
tell
get
us a
into
little
this?
bit about
Let's
the-
let our guest do
the
a
plot.
breakdown.
There's a guy gets shot. He's now the Terminator.
Yes, sir. He's the
That's
best,
about it.
He's the best cop ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Best friggin' cop in town.
He gets shot to like excess.
He
It is
gets
a
shot.
crazy scene.
It's fucking wild.
It is like
Honestly,
disgusting.
it's kind
Like
of hard to watch.
when they are shooting him so much that his arm flies off.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's kind of nuts.
That is crazy.
It's a very visceral movie.
Yeah.
And I am not surprised even a little bit that this series gave me such trauma as a child. Because, fuck, this is a horrifying series.
It's
of
violent.
It's very violent, and it just keeps throwing things at you too.
Yeah,
Like,
that goo man.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
unexpected and just.
That goo man is crazy.
I love
Just
the goo
out of
man.
nowhere.
Just
Throw
this
the most visceral,
body horror,
melty little goo guy ever.
and then he just
But-
gets destroyed.
It's so fitting because that guy's so annoying.
Yeah.
That guy always annoys the shit out of me so much. I thought we killed you. We killed you. Shut up, bitch boy.
Who's your favorite of the gang members?
I do love the goons.
And how about you, Keegan?
Gotta go with the lead
Yeah,
guy.
Clarence Boddicker
Boddicker?
is so much fun.
Clarence is awesome.
He is.
I do love the laughing guy.
Yeah,
I love
the
how
laugh is
I love how
crazy.
he's
Is
like
that the black guy?
yeah.
Yeah, the laugh
He's
is
pissing
awesome.
off the ledge, and I forget her name, but
Mhm.
Murphy's partner comes up and
Lewis.
she's like, stop. She's
Yeah,
like, okay, whatever. She's like, can I do my fly up? And
Yeah.
she looks, and in that one moment,
yeah.
that's such a
he
good
gets her.
sequence.
It's
yeah,
it's a multiracial gang, very diverse,
very diverse.
which we love to see in
Oh,
our
yeah.
street gangs.
Yeah,
Fucking Clarence, though. There's this letterbox review that's like he's just a middle-aged principal, pretty much.
He is.
You know, that's his
Just-
looks, but he's just this
or like
so
an
violent.
8th grade teacher.
Yeah,
He's like balding, the big glasses. you know,
Yeah.
nothing super special.
but he's
and
so
just like-
menacing.
Yeah,
He's so freaky. The way he just wanders on the scene and goes with the shotgun.
mm-hmm.
The scene is so crazy because it's with shotguns too.
yeah.
You know,
It's like the game, right? It's so
Yeah.
cool. I don't know.
poor Murphy though.
Yeah.
Do you sympathize with Murphy in that scene?
I kind of always will sympathize with someone who gets brutally blown to bits.
Even though
That's
they're a
good.
cop.
Even though they're
For
a cop.
sure.
Okay.
The RoboCop.
The RoboCop.
Especially Robocop.
See, that scene makes me very sad. But you know what scene almost brings me to tears every time? where he gets betrayed by all the other cops.
Not the scene where he's going through his house.
That scene also makes me cry.
Oh, that one was sad.
Dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
That one was sad. That was a good scene, though.
Those
I liked
bits hit me so hard every time.
especially with the little bit on automation in it. I loved that scene.
Yeah, with like the automated tour guide.
Realtor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
realtor.
was so weird.
So good. Like, and such a
Loved
great
it, though.
set too. Just empty house. Just
So
barren
easy.
house, you know? And he's just wandering around. He's like, it's so jolted, the head movements. Something we haven't talked about, but like Peter Weller's performance is so good.
In the first
Oh,
one.
I loved it.
It's
Like,
so good in the
way
first
he
one.
like moves like a robot and he like turns his head before he pivots his body. It's fucking sick, dude.
Well, was Jake telling us that? I think Jake was telling us that he like took lessons from like a mime or something to like figure out how to do those movements because it's so
it's
robotic.
perfect.
He moves his head and then his shoulders.
They
and then he
don't.
walks.
They don't care as much in the later.
No, the second
ones.
one he doesn't really do it.
Yeah.
What about the third one?
It's not even. In
I haven't
that
seen
one.
the third one. Yeah.
TV show? Or the cartoon?
Fuck,
I
dude.
imagine they
There's
might
lore.
try something with the cartoon, but
I was reading a ton of articles about it.
I knew there was a long-running like Canadian TV show about it, but damn,
that's cool.
That is
Shout out
baller.
Canada.
Woo. We're big on Canadian cinema.
Oh,
here.
damn right.
We're very nationalistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene of just him wandering through his home and flashbacks of his life, it's so
Yeah.
sad. But when he gets betrayed by all his cop buddies, that makes me so sad too.
Yeah.
Because you realize he's just a pawn of this corporation and
Yeah.
nothing more. You want to add something to that, Keegan? The scene where he's like, they realize he's
In the
not
parking lot, right? Or
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Directive 4, such a great reveal.
Yeah.
You know, teased throughout.
Directive 4 is the one where he can't harm any OCP people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a smart commentary there.
Oh,
It is.
very.
Where it's like, it's right up there with uphold the law, protect the
Mhm.
innocent. Don't
and it's
turn
also,
against the corporation.
Yeah.
It is there's direct real world parallels to that as well.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think it was prior to this, but the Supreme Court had decided that the police have no legal obligation to protect people.
Sick.
Just uphold the law.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my lord.
And the biggest part of what they do is police protect property and they protect corporate interests.
Yeah.
So having that as an explicit thing is accurate because it is what police do. They are there for these large corporations.
Yeah.
I mean, someone robs your house, you'll call the police, they'll show up 40 minutes after, shoot your dog and leave.
Yeah.
Shout out.
But you break a window in a McDonald's and they'll be
There.
coming for you.
You're dead.
They'll be
You're
coming.
dead, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even
Yeah.
like the idea of the Supreme Court is like, just like this untouchable group of people. Like it's kind
Oh,
of
man.
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're above the law or something?
They are the law. Like
I
they're the
guess.
ultimate decision
the
maker.
ultimate governing
And they're,
body.
they're just 12
and they're just 12
oldest people.
old appointed people. Like not even like
Appointed.
No term limits, no term limits, no
Yeah.
elections.
God.
Like I think this Canadian Supreme Court is actually the same way where the Prime
Mhm.
Minister just selects them.
yeah.
It's like I don't know, I feel like if these people are the ultimate governing body, maybe people should have a bit of a say.
If we
just
are
feel-
a democracy,
It feels so shadowy, because they're like I don't know.
It's like
how many people
OCP.
think about the Supreme Court?
they're kind of in the background.
They're just in the
They're like-
background.
you hear them in like a
You just have to. You're
article
just like, I
title
guess I
for,
trust
like,
them.
You know?
But
article
I-
regarding severe corruption every
Yeah,
couple
exactly.
months.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
Well, did you hear about the Clarence Thomas stuff?
Who is?
He's an American
Clarence.
Supreme Court judge who initially had a big controversy because he allegedly, in quotation marks, sexually assaulted a lady,
Yeah.
Anita Hill. And now there's a big controversy because one of his biggest billionaire donors is a lover of Nazi stuff. Like, he has like Hitler's linens
Ah, jeez.
and a ton of like signed. He has a
linens.
signed copy of Mein Kampf,
From the man himself?
signed by Hitler.
That's crazy.
And this is just a dude who's like giving tons and tons of money to a Supreme Court justice.
See, I'd like to own that book, but just put it in a normal bookshelf, right next to all the other books.
My dad has Mein Kampf is just totally in the normal bookshelf.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's baller though, because you'll just be going Dune, Messiah,
yeah.
and
Mein Kampf.
and Mein Kampf.
The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
Hunters of Dune.
Yeah.
So that's sick.
That is sick.
Fuck, man. Clarence Thomas, what a bad guy. Right?
Allegedly.
Oh yeah.
Alleged bad guy?
No, he's a piece
How
of
about
shit.
Piece of
Ruth
shit.
Bader Ginsburg?
Ask an indigenous person their opinions on Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Samuel is indigenous. What is your opinion on
Oh.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I don't know enough about her to comment. I think she probably should have retired before she died. It seems like she kind of fucked a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
By doing that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We've talked about old people hate on this cast before.
Yeah, we hate old people.
Not
This
to
is
that.
Keegan here,
a young person
Keegan here
cast.
hates old people too.
Yeah.
Famously.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout time. But I do agree with Keegan when he says old people probably should have limits in office because
they're old.
Because they're fucking not of the generation
Why would you
they're
even
governing.
want to work when you're like 85?
Is it a power thing? Is it a money thing?
Yeah, I think it's probably...
Oh, it's for sure
gotta
a
be-
money thing.
How
And
can it be a
power
money
is-
thing, though, you know? Like, they have so much money.
They get more.
They get more.
They get,
It's
like-
always like that, I guess.
So, one of the things that made Bernie Sanders so popular was his refusal to accept donations from billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, like, one of the only people to do that.
Yeah.
And you see so many senators refuse to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you notice how most often votes for, like, increasements to Medicaid or for increasing Social Security or just adding a centralized healthcare plan in the United States.
Yeah.
How often they fail, and then you can look at who's voted against it, and you can see they're getting tons of money from, like, these medical companies.
It's crazy that those things can happen. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lobbying should be illegal.
It should be. But you know what? Lobbying is also... I mean, it's bad. But I have a friend who worked I have a friend who worked in Parliament. Like, just straight up as, like, an intern. Straight up as an intern. And they would be like, whenever I didn't have enough money to, like, go out for dinner or, like, just wanted a free meal, like, they knew a lobbyist would come and, like...
Oh, my Lord.
Like, take them out. Because they're just, like,
That's
around.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
You like that?
It's pretty spooky, though, that it's, like...
It's vile.
It is pretty vile, but...
We just need a Robocop, don't we? Just clean up the streets.
But we need a
Murphy Robocop. Because if you've seen Robocop 2, they established in that film that you need a character, a person of strong conviction, a character, to be the Robocop.
Yeah.
Because otherwise...
Is Robocop 2 canon in your mind? Robocop 2 is pretty
I like
good.
Robocop 2.
I want to take issue with one of the prime directives he had to uphold the law, just related to the concept of you have to be a moral and upstanding person.
Yeah.
So with one of his prime directives being to uphold the law,
Mm-hmm.
he's just operating within the power structures that
ultimately.
he's ultimately going to just be an average police officer.
Well, and like especially in this
likely
world
worse,
where the law is probably just run by OCP anyway. Like it doesn't.
Well, you hear them talk in the movie about how many things they've been able to privatize and how much
That's
money.
like one of my favorite jokes in the movie, though.
It's,
like right at the beginning.
Good, like I always say, good business is where you find it, folks. You like that statement, Keegan?
We've been able to turn profits out of what are traditionally seen as non-profit
That's
markets.
crazy.
That's awesome.
About, what are they talking about? They're talking about like
jails, hospitals,
nice,
and police.
Nice. I like that.
Crazy.
I like that. And you know, they make good products though.
Yeah, I mean they made Robocop.
209.
209.
That guy's sick.
He is sick, and he works
He
perfectly.
does work. Famously.
So, which version of this movie did you watch most recently, Keegan?
I have no idea. I watched whichever one was on MyFlixer.
Nice.
That's the right answer. We are actually sponsored by MyFlixer here.
So everybody go out to myflixer.com/Critterpit.
Actually, we shouldn't do that because now the pirate site will be taken down because too many people know.
It's not real.
It's not real.
We don't know anything about it.
Never used it personally.
Yeah.
Nah, personally,
it's just a pirate signal. Don't worry about it.
This is our cop episode. We're like trying to get people to go to there, and we're gonna arrest them. We're gonna get them.
It's a sting operation.
It's a sting. Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually funny because there's two cuts: theatrical and extended cut.
And how long do you think the extended version is compared to the original?
So the original's like an hour and 40, right?
Yeah.
So I watched the original then.
Well,
Gonna assume it's like 3. I always gotta up it. I always assume it's insane
it's
for
about
director's
an hour and
cuts.
41.
that's 15 seconds.
Okay.
That's 15 seconds to
Okay.
the scene where ED 209 tears apart that poor little employee.
Yeah.
They had just an extra 15 seconds of gratuitous gore.
Yeah.
Of shooting.
That's all.
Which is
That's hilarious.
That's kind of essential.
Yeah.
You know. Fuck. Speaking of that scene, what a masterclass.
Yeah.
And just tension, build up, suspense, world building, character development.
The lion roar that they use as well for
I love ED-209.
Yeah.
The designs in this are so immaculate, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it's like a microphone in his head.
Yeah.
You know, big ol', it's one of these guys.
Yep.
And all his sounds are animal.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
he
not...
has a lion roar when he falls down the stairs. It's like pig squealing.
Yeah. He sounds
awesome.
like his movement is robotic, but his sounds are very primal. Like,
and it looks
it's a predator.
Perfect. You know?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Like, I think it looks amazing.
It's no Robocop 2014, but
no.
You know.
Which Keegan has seen before this.
I have.
What do you think of Robocop 2014?
It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched that the other day, and I don't remember a single thing about it. So,
yeah, I remember that it was like the idea, right, is the EDs are already kind of like doing their job. Like
yeah, they're like military drones in that one.
Basically. Which I thought was like a kind of interesting idea. Mm-hmm. It just like, that movie just keeps going. It just like...
Nick likes it, though.
Yeah.
So
you know about Nick?
No, I do not.
Just some deep lore.
Too much to get into.
Yeah.
With the ED-209 introduction, I have two things to say. Firstly, that puppet is sick as hell.
So good.
That's so cool. I loved that.
Good.
Yeah.
And secondly, in the scene, I'm assuming it was unintentional commentary, but where he says, drop the gun, and then he drops it and he continues saying, drop the gun until he shoots him.
Yeah.
That is actually a thing that police do.
Nice.
They're trained, at least
out.
all across the United States and Canada, they're trained to yell, do not resist, regardless of what's happening. Especially if the arrest is complicated, they're going to be shouting, do not resist, regardless of whether or not the person is resisting.
Yeah.
So,
and that's just because, in people's minds, they will not remember when you said, stop resisting. Because the public will be hearing, well, they were telling him to stop resisting, so he must have been resisting arrest. So they'll shout that publicly to make them think that this person has been resisting arrest.
My Lord. So it wasn't a glitch.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of... It's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that might have been purposeful on the writer's part.
This is a very smart film.
Paul Verhoeven, I don't think, would have picked up on
That's
that.
so funny. Here,
I can't remember who I was reading. I think it was, like, University of Leicestershire or something. Had an article about it. The name's probably completely wrong. I probably butchered it. But they were talking about Verhoeven said he was like somewhat divorced from like political themes or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I read it a while ago.
It's very funny. So he reads this script originally. He's from Holland, right?
I thought he was German. No, maybe he's Dutch.
He's Dutch.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Is it Holland?
Yeah.
You don't like the Dutch?
No. I killed the dodos, man.
Oh,
Fuck
what
the
the
Dutch.
fuck, dude?
I would have one of those as a pet if they didn't kill them
Me
off.
too. Those look sick.
Yeah.
I feel like those are kind of grotesque in real life, though, just based on those drawings.
I wish I could have been around to see one. Because man, what the fuck is that? That's just a giant walking bird. That's crazy.
Birds
and
are
that's
scary.
just not scared of people at all
Birds
because there's no
scary
natural
when they get
predators.
that big, though.
Well, you ever like the prehistoric ones?
What's that one called?
Like dinosaurs. Dinosaur.
Hold that. What's the one with the insane beak? It's like a stork.
I know the one
scary,
you're talking
dude.
about.
So I
You ever
feel like
seen,
dodos would be freaky.
It went extinct fairly recently. Oh, the moa. The moa in New Zealand was fucking massive. Like a massive bird. Like several meters.
What really breaks my heart is the woolly mammoth.
Oh, rip.
We're bringing it back, aren't we?
Rip to the woolly mammoth.
Fucking those would be so cool, dude. At least we didn't have anything to do with the woolly mammoth, did we? Or did we hunt them?
We hunted them, I thought.
The woolly mammoths went extinct around the time, like, I think the last pyramid was being built.
Wow, those
Search up.
That's huge.
Look at that shit.
Lord.
Oh my god.
This was recent? They went extinct? Good.
Like, recent in terms of human history. I
Good.
think it's like a few hundred years.
Search up,
Oh my god, they could go up to 12 feet.
Search up scary stork bird.
That might be this.
That's it. No.
No, he's thinking of a
This guy is very... There he is.
Oh,
This guy
I'm thinking of a
is
different one.
scary, dude.
You heard the
Look
fucking
at
sounds
that
those things
thing.
make?
Yeah, it's like a screech, right?
It's like a shotgun, dude. It's wild.
It's great. I love visual storytelling.
Yeah. We're changing the game here. We're really
Yeah.
painting an image for our audience. Yeah, so
Right.
fuck the Dutch, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, fuck
big
the
time.
Dutch.
But we're keeping Verhoeven. So yeah, before this, he not made any films like this. This was his first foray. This might have even been his first American film. Not sure on that though.
I think so.
But he made this, and he was, he read the script, and he's like, "This is trash. I hate this." He threw it on the floor, and then his wife came up, and she read it, and she's like, "Oh, it actually has layers."
Yeah.
He just didn't realize it was a satire.
Mm.
He just missed out
awesome.
on that.
Shout out Paul Verhoeven's wife.
There are many directors that are made great by their wives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like Fritz Lang.
I don't know who that is.
Fritz Lang's wife was a Nazi.
It was a joke.
Typical Ethan.
It was a
He's
joke.
always like this.
Yeah.
It's always like this.
Uh,
But I mean, George Lucas's wife.
Yeah.
yeah.
huge for
Save
Star
Star Wars.
Save Star Wars.
George Miller's wife is it his wife or just longtime editor who does his movies? I think it's his wife.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nepotism, though.
Is that nepotism?
Probably not.
Okay.
I thought nepotism was like your children.
Yeah, I thought it was children
Yeah.
or
It
like
might be
relations.
family, but it might have just.
I don't
been
know if it's
children.
wife.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I'm for nepotism, though.
Are you? Do you have
The
family in the?
Cronenbergs.
Okay, yeah,
The Cronenbergs, dude.
yeah. I'm pro nepotism too because I have some.
You have
family
a-
in the
yeah.
industry, so I'd
You
like
have a
I'd
lot
like to
of
take
ties.
advantage of that.
Yeah, get yourself in.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cronenberg, though, this is a freaky fucking effect film.
Mm-hmm.
Very freaky.
Very
The
gross.
Goo Man we mentioned, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just a shot in the dark. Scary stuff.
They kind of set it up earlier though, like we see the toxic waste truck.
Okay.
So we kind of
Oh,
we have
okay.
the idea in the back of our head.
And also, I was thinking,
But then it
big
gets
brain
so
when I
bad.
was watching this earlier, right before his execution. Murphy said the line, my favorite line of the film, "Buddy, I think you're slime."
And then he was slime.
He said it to Boddicker, but still,
Oh, okay.
someone did kind of get turned into slime. So
Yeah.
it's fair.
There's some great one-liners in this
oh,
movie.
so good.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Your move, creep.
Creep.
So good.
So good.
Just such a good cadence.
And then they just like force them into the second one a little bit.
yeah. In the second
then
one,
also
they
the
just become
reboot.
quips. They're just
Yeah.
like, because in this, well, they're quips, but it's like it's almost a character moment, you know, because he's just trying to be like this cool cop for his son, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like it's kind of like this one human spark of him coming through, and it's
Mhm.
cute.
And then
'Cause-
that also ties into him like doing the gun flicking
Yeah,
thing,
that's
which is
so
how Lewis
horrible.
recognizes him.
And that effect with the leg, with the gun going into the thigh when it opens up,
Yeah.
it's just the coolest shit, dude.
Yeah.
Man, and I think that's really what makes this film works is like the humanity of it,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like without those scenes, it'd just
Yeah.
be an action film.
It would just be RoboCop 2014.
Yeah. Wow.
RoboCop
Really great
it tries
satire.
to have.
But
Yeah.
like all just the human bits where he's exploring his old house and just he's a broken psyche pretty much. It's
Yep.
amazing. And all those flashbacks, there's the stills you see of his old life, just so haunting.
So haunting.
And
Did
then
we
he's-
ever see his wife or child?
Not in this one.
Yeah.
In the second one, he's like stalking them.
Alright.
Which
I like-
apparently is something cops do. If you want to comment on that, do they stalk their spouses?
I don't know if they stalk them, but
So,
I mean,
Letterboxd should be
statistically,
about
they
that.
beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Objectively, they do. Like,
40% of
statistically.
police commit domestic violence.
That is insane.
Why?
They can't be like what other profession could that
Maybe
even
all
be?
cops
Could you imagine
should
if, like,
be Robocop.
like
teachers
professional
were-
sports? Like
yeah.
Teachers like beat 40% of
I feel
their
like
wives. Could you
that's
imagine?
crazy.
Imagine how you'd never hear the
Football
end of it.
players
Yeah.
for sure are up there.
priests.
I don't know if I would say
Priests.
priests. I don't know if I'd say it's as much beating as it is like sexual assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
I
with
think
football
football
players.
players
as well.
Football
sure.
players.
Because they
Bro,
just,
did you see that one video recent? Oh, you're not on Twitter.
yeah.
It was some NFL
Ethan
guy.
got banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
It was the most horrifying shit I've ever seen. He's fucking tossing around, and the whole time I'm watching it, it's
Yeah,
like, what the
football's
fuck?
Crazy,
Yeah.
This is
dude.
horrible.
I kind of want to
CTE
make
is a crazy thing.
a body horror film out of
Mhm.
like football shit where your brains just start fucking callousing over. Be
Have you
sick.
seen? There's that one video game. I always see it on TikTok. I forget what it's called, but you just try and get like the most gruesome injuries in football, and they like do
Oh.
an X-ray mode when you're like doing the tackle. It's like he broke his back,
Oh
or like
my
his
God.
skull broke.
Sounds
Is that,
like,
is that one of the
um,
old Maddens?
It might be
Sounds like
but-
Skate
because it
with
looks
the
like Hall
thing.
of Meat.
Hall of Meat.
Yeah. So that's pretty sick. It'd be fun to make a movie like that, but
Yeah.
also just terrible.
Yeah, CT's awful.
Yeah.
And football players are a lot of them kill themselves, sadly.
Very
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, stupid
It's a
fucking
moment of
sport.
silence for football players. Okay, and we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We'll
That's some
edit
deep
that
reflecting.
long. We'll edit it to be like 10 minutes.
It's gonna be 10 minutes silence.
Yeah. Of just the Critterpit
Yeah.
warning football players.
Yeah,
But
because it was actually 30 minutes. I had to edit it down.
yeah, we went way too long.
But yeah, it was embarrassing.
Robocop, at the end of the day, it's really a film about Frankenstein. If you think about
I thought it was a film about Jesus. I used to see that everywhere.
It's
that
it's
it was
a bit
a
of
Jesus
both.
film.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Frankenstein
Can you-
film.
Do you know enough about the Jesus allegory to talk about it?
No.
Okay.
One of the articles I read disagreed with it, but that's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is one writer for a university didn't like that thesis.
Where'd you go?
Shout out.
But I read them before I talked to you guys, so I'm naturally siding with them first.
Fuck, dude. Thought you're our number 2 biggest fan.
What the hell happened?
I don't have
Number
object
3.
permanence, man.
Number
Yeah.
4. You're dropping in line.
Yeah.
Fucking, this film is so good, dude. That's just hitting me right now. How good this film
You think
is.
of those like ridiculous guns that they have
Oh
at the
my
end.
God.
They're like huge,
Yeah,
like
just the
comic
exploding
guns.
sniper rifles.
Yes.
And they're just, I love those boys. They're just a bunch of goons.
Yeah.
They just get these guns and they're like, it's party time.
Yeah.
Let's just start blowing everything up.
up.
And the effects are so fun.
Yeah.
Just the instant explosions on cars.
Yeah.
Speaking of great effects, when Murphy gets crushed by that debris, that's a great fucking effect. That feels real. Like, and the climax when they just drop all that, that's a crazy shot. You just see him get crushed like that. Power of film, man.
I mean, another great effect that I'm surprised we haven't talked about yet is like his face being pulled over, like all the robotics.
Yeah, that looks
looks
great.
so good.
I'll say that it throws me off a little bit after just watching Naked Lunch and seeing a lot of Peter Weller's face, just because I know it's like so much gaunter.
It's skinny, yeah.
But like, I think
It
the
looks
effect
great.
works so well, just that stretched skin look.
Yeah.
And it really is horrifying.
Yeah.
This film is scary as hell, I was realizing. All the bits where you're locked into his perspective and you just have all these corporate little, like, demons hovering above him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Johnson, we gotta talk about that dude. I have a lot to say about that guy. But, like, he has that line where he's like, we own every part of him. We can do whatever we want with him. And you're just locked in Robocop's perspective. You see all these faces come in and they're saying this. It's horrifying.
It is horrifying.
When he takes off the one surviving arm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lose the arm.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
But, you know, they rectified that in 2014 and they kept his hand for some reason. Do you remember that? In the 2014 version,
I remember the shot.
they
of
always
his
show
head,
him
the lungs
outside of the
hand.
suit for some reason.
Pull that
they
up.
love
I think
that.
this is just such a striking image.
It like they have his lungs, his brain, and just his like hand. I don't know why they chose to save the hand. It makes no sense.
I will say, for Robocop 2014, I loved the old iOS game. I would play that all the time.
Was it like a runner or something?
It was like, maybe, you were just kind of like shooting guys.
Nice.
It was fun.
Look at that.
What is happening?
It's just like, and then he has a hand here. It's really weird.
What are we
there?
doing?
Yeah.
You know what that reminds
What
me
are
of?
we doing, dude?
What?
You ever seen the Doctor Who thing? That's like a guy's like just a sheet of skin.
Yeah.
That's what that's reminiscent of.
It's just, why?
It's horrifying. If Cronenberg did it, I'd be down.
Yeah, but if Cronenberg did it, he'd be moving around. He'd be
Yeah,
on
he'd
the
be like-
floor
And fucking goo would be exploding out of his lungs.
every time he like breathes in.
Yeah.
There's like shit coming out.
Isn't it a car bomb that gets him in the 2014
Yeah, it
one?
is a car bomb
Talk
outside his
about
house.
a downgrade. Fucking Iron
Pussies.
Murphy.
Don't even
This is
want to see him get
87,
shot
right?
to death.
87. Yeah, he just gets riddled with 100 shotgun rounds.
Why would they keep his lungs? I feel like, I don't know.
No way they'd be that intact after a car
Yeah.
bomb.
And
Oh, that's so creepy.
Or his face.
yeah, his face is perfect.
Joel Kinnaman
He just covered it with his hands.
of Suicide Squad fame.
They didn't even do the stretched skin thing. They
Pussies.
chickened out again and
Pussies,
just put the
dude.
fucking
Fuck,
like
man.
shield around.
Hate that shit.
It looks like MODOK.
He does. Yeah, I could see it. I'm just like squinting and just putting arms and legs on that.
Yeah. I bet that's why they put MODOK in the new movie. They're like, yo,
dude, do you see that
2014
effect in
Robocop. It looks so good.
They're ahead of the game.
Just the head.
Fuck. RoboCop, many have said it is ahead of the game. They've said that it has predicted a lot of our current future.
For
and that
sure.
every day becomes less and less satire. What do you say about that?
Well, and that's one of the things that RoboCop did very well as kind of a sci-fi-ish movie, was they didn't go too outlandish like a ton of them do, where the problems are now outsourced to outer space, or they're outsourced to a different planet. They are on Earth, and they are contemporary issues. Like, especially within Detroit, when you look at the issue of the privatization and automation especially, which you see a lot in this movie.
The Steel City.
Thousands of people in Detroit are out of jobs. It's part of why Detroit struggles with poverty as much as it does, is because of automation. Hundreds of people have been put out of jobs and have not been given any supplementary training.
How long has this automation issue in Detroit been raging?
Since cars.
Since cars.
Automation's been going on as long as humans have been building stuff.
I honestly didn't even see that angle really in RoboCop, but
you can take it back to the
That's
automation's
what the RoboCop
back to the
is,
Industrial
though.
Revolution, man.
No more cops.
Yeah.
Are we better off with robot police?
No, not at all.
Is your perspective?
Actually, no. I'm
RoboCop.
not
Just one cop.
anti-police existing necessarily.
My take is that Tesla should build the police force. I think Tesla would be a better
Elon
OC.
should
I think
do that.
Elon needs to be in charge of all our
We
laws.
love
Elon on this pod.
We
love him.
I'm gonna become a terrorist against this
Yeah.
podcast.
Damn.
But
You and Griffin.
So, with policing, the issue is it's more so of capitalism and of policing. You cannot meaningfully divorce the issues of policing from capitalism, because it's the biggest part of it. You would have to...
they go together.
Yes, you'd have to remove the system of policing, remove the current form of policing, because presently police are structured after and designed by old slave patrols, which is where modern policing developed.
Shit.
And you can see that very easily. But if you were to divorce it from that, burn it down, and build something new in its place under a non-capitalist society, policing might be better. Because, there's, even under, a communist utopia, there's still going to be someone who's going to, I'm going to blow up that building.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to be a serial murderer.
Always be the bad eggs.
Exactly. There's always going to be someone like that who you need to catch, but you don't need police for a lot of what they do.
You don't need robot police?
No.
With explosive weapons?
Do you know why...
That don't have empathy.
Do you know why you do need police in a capitalist society? To get RoboCop.
To get RoboCop.
I would say all of the hardships of capitalism and the police force, it's all worth it for RoboCop 1, 2, and 3.
I love Wobo.
I love Wobo.
This actually slides into one of my points pretty neatly.
Okay.
Of we're getting closer to ED 209.
Really?
Yeah.
Because if you look at Boston Dynamics, they they have signed a pledge to not give any of their materials to the U.S. military, but the biggest part of how they got their funding initially was through the U.S. military.
That makes sense.
And there are many robotic companies that are giving weaponized robots to police and to the military.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
You're not too far off. We might be getting there.
I don't know.
We need Murphy, bro. It's one of those things where, as a kid, I'm like, get the robots here. I need the robots. I love the robots. But as I grow up, closer they get, I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be.
Would you want to have a robot friend?
No. I'd rather just have a real friend, I think.
I'll kind of give a pass to evil things if
Wall-E.
they look cool, which is why I'm a fan of
Wall-E.
Robocop.
Mm-hmm.
I would love a Wall-E.
That would be sick.
Wall-E.
Just clean up all our trash.
But can I suck Robocop's dick for a second?
Oh,
Doesn't
for
have-
sure.
He doesn't have a
Defend
dick.
him.
Go
Doesn't
on.
have a dick.
That's why his wife
I'm gonna
left him.
defend him for a bit. He's not making systematic change. He's not doing any of that. You could argue he's not even making any change in the grand scheme of things. But he's a simple man.
Does he get rid of the fourth directive? Or he overcomes it because he gets the guy fired, but
I think it's an issue continuously throughout the series.
okay.
But
I love
what
in
I
RoboCop.
like about it
Oh, sorry.
is RoboCop. He's just a simple guy. He's just a cop who genuinely believes in what he's doing, trying to do the right thing. And you see that applied for when he goes against the corruption that he is inherently from.
Yeah.
He tries to overcome it still, even though he is built within this corruption.
Yeah.
And I think that's very inspiring, seeing him like, it's Dick Jones. And he's like, I come from Dick Jones, but fuck it, let's burn it all down.
I'm the seaman of Dick Jones.
Yeah. I love that scene.
That's great.
And Dick Jones, what a villain. He is great. What's the one line he has to Bob when he's like killing him? He's like, I'm buying you out, Bob. Or something like that.
Something like that.
It's awesome,
I should have rewatched the movie, honestly.
It's so sick. That whole scene. All the fucking like corporate intrigue. I never expect to enjoy it, but it's so much fun. I love all the corporate intrigue in this. You have that like
the
guy Bob, right? And I think he's gonna be a main character.
Me too.
Right?
Every time when I rewatch it, I'm like,
because he's quite charismatic. He gets this whole thing going, right? And I'm like, okay, he might have an arc where he's like, Robocop's a good guy.
Yeah.
And we're gonna set him loose. He just gets executed in an act of corporate espionage.
It's awesome. He's got the
like Clarence Boddicker.
The hookers over.
Because I think that's at the heart of this film is, even though he's quote unquote the good guy, because he made the whole Robocop system, right? They're all fucking weasels.
Oh yeah, I don't see him as the good guy.
They're all evil, dude.
They're all just looking.
Especially that fucking Johnson.
Yeah.
Watch this movie and look at him. He is crazy, dude. In the background, he just has the craziest looks on his face. He's the guy with the glasses, who's like buddies to the main guy, right? And he's a little demon, dude. You see him emoting in the background constantly.
Is he the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing silly faces.
He does do silly.
And then when Dick Jones gets murdered at the end, you see him like thumbsing up and smiling. Not because, he also right has been done in the world, because he's just gonna move up the corporate ladder.
He says the line after ED murders that one guy, right? Like, here's like does the big shooting thing in the court. The boardroom scene. He's like, it's like too bad about that guy, but that's what you get for living in the city. Or it's like whatever.
He's like, too bad about that guy, though, huh?
Yeah.
It's like none of these people care.
They don't care.
They're all vultures.
And it's like after this crazy thing happens, they're just like, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
first
insane.
line that the main guy says afterwards is like, this will cost us $50 million in insurance alone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my lord.
Just lost a life.
Vultures, dude.
Well, and there is a ton of themes in the movie of capitalists eating each other like that, which is a very common thing. Marx talked about it a lot, where capitalism will collaborate with other capitalists only until their benefit.
Yeah.
And you see that with him and Boddicker, who are embodiments of the system.
Yeah.
And they collaborate as long as they can until it is no longer profitable for either one.
Yeah.
Yep. Because none of them are true allies, Yeah. None of them are true homies.
Allies of circumstance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boddicker's only with him when he, is guaranteed the drug control of New Detroit. It's like, they're all animals, man.
Oh, Clarence.
But it's shining through, literal knight in shining armor, Robocop.
Yeah. What's your favorite Clarence line?
Oh, shit. Can you fly, Bobby? It's hard to beat that one.
Yeah. He just kicks the guy out of the car.
Yeah. That's a great intro to Mr. Boddicker.
Yeah.
Ugh. Man. So many great
Took some
moments.
notes.
I did.
I like that you have the THC sticker on your notes.
Hey, whoa. We don't support weed here.
Whoa.
We're anti-weed.
We are pro-cop, anti-weed.
I like that.
Hashtag
Pro
Blue
cop,
Lives Matter.
Anti-police. I love the fucking main building. A great architecture there.
Mm-hmm.
That building looks so cool. And all the shots super high up where you see the elevators going up and down.
Yeah.
It's very simple, but very good in establishing world building.
And also, like, the rest of the world, like, of Detroit is so run down and so, like...
So grimy.
Yeah.
Like that factory that big chunk of the movie's in.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Yeah.
Just Detroit.
Yeah.
just regular Detroit.
Yeah. And through it all is just Robocop. Shiny, pristine.
Yep.
Just kicking
Sexy.
ass. Has fucking erotic. Massive gun.
Huge gun.
Scene where I love that scene, even though it's so fucking dumb. All these trained police officers sticking their head out on the firing side of the range. Like, what are we doing, you guys?
Yeah.
I just wait for each of them to get just clipped.
Yeah.
But it's so good just for the shot where you see all the guns and then just Robo sticking out at 6 inches.
And he's way taller than everybody too.
And it's burst fire too.
Yeah.
Oh god, they just nailed the look so good. so like it's perfect. And the main theme is so good, dude.
Yeah. Cops are great. Oh, I thought you meant like the theme is like a thematic message.
Keegan, would you agree this is a product uniquely of the Reagan era?
Yes, for sure.
We were talking. Yeah. Okay.
Well, with the Reagan era, especially regarding policing, it was getting very ramped up because around this time, the war on drugs was getting going. Mm-hmm. It really started in the Bush, like in the Bush era Bush after one. Reagan, senior.
Yeah.
Is that one good?
You know my feelings on U.S. presidents.
I'm
of the belief that if
they're all wholesome and friends.
If you consider people other than Americans human beings, there's never been a good U.S. president.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter.
What about that one president?
He cooed El Salvador.
What about that one president who died before, like, his inauguration?
Which one?
The one who got pneumonia.
Oh, I forgot his name. Shit.
What about JFK?
Because he did like a several hour long speech in the rain.
Yeah. That's so stupid.
Dummy.
What about Abraham? What about Abe? Honest Abe.
Deserves credit for freeing the slaves, I got to admit. Also,
he had a silly voice.
Committed a genocide.
Could be gay.
Oh.
Historians have
Abraham Lincoln. This is how he sounded in my head.
There's an American Dad episode about that.
But I mean, gay.
Mm-hmm. It's theory.
I think George Washington is gay as well, or at least bisexual.
I'm pretty sure all presidents are.
Yeah. Well, Lincoln had that thing where he had like a wrestling buddy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this old tale of Lincoln had this lifelong friend who he'd go wrestle with. And I just rewatched Brokeback Mountain, and that sounds very similar to Ennis's and Jack's little getup.
Oh, don't hurt me! Oh!
Yeah. Fucking Abe, dude.
Honest Abe.
Not
Be
so
honest about your sexuality, dude.
Come on,
it's cool. Dude, it's 2023. Just open up.
What a fucking pussy, bro.
Maybe, do you think he's compensating with that hat?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And that beard?
It's undeniable.
Get real.
Get real, buddy.
So yeah, it's a product of the Reagan era.
We were talking about the Reagan era a lot in our last film history class.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Like, and just kind of how, like, watered down, it seems it made a lot of, like, major things. Which is interesting to look at then Robocop.
Because 80s is hailed as a great decade for film. But then
I don't know that it is.
Get down to it, it's like...
It's where all our parents grew up, right? That's why I think people
why
like it right
it's
now.
hailed such as a great piece of pop culture is the nostalgia cycles. Because she was talking in class about how 80s were a nostalgia place for like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And now all the nostalgia things you see are for the 80s. So that's interesting. I think there's something there.
Well, and also I'd add to that I find a lot of times when people talk about how amazing old eras were, they're not entirely wrong. There are a lot of great things to come out of it. But also, sorry about that.
Dude,
part of that
is disrespecting our pop.
You don't get it.
I'm protesting the pop socket.
Oh my god.
But oh yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. But you see a lot of times where hold on to the mic for a second while I try to remember what I was going to say. I dropped the pop socket and it threw me off.
Okay. You need it back to think about?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just be careful with it, dude.
I remember.
It costs me a lot of money.
Okay, so with the nostalgia, a lot of times people will remember the good, and the good will therefore get preserved more.
Yeah.
And that's what people remember, because they're not remembering like the dog shit that came after that, because it didn't get preserved.
That's 80s.
It is indeed. Yes, and that's the thing. It's like
they were on drugs generally.
Yeah.
On drugs, all the coups that happened, and are still happening, but you just see it where a lot of like in music, especially because I'm not as much of a film guy, but I listen to a ton of music. People always talk about
the opposite of Ethan.
Music is like people talk. Music is so terrible nowadays. It's so terrible. It's like sure, a lot of it is dog shit, but that's how it's always been.
Yeah,
there's always been a ton of dog shit.
Also, like
it's gonna be remembered, the good stuff, you know.
Like
go
listen to randoms. Go pull up a random lesser known '60s artist and see how garbage their stuff is.
Also,
it's just not everyone's Dean Martin, you know.
Yeah. When people say, especially like with film and music, when people say, "Oh, nothing good's getting produced anymore," it's like, dude, we are at a period of unprecedented like creation of art, content. You gotta watch more, dude.
Yeah.
If all you're watching is Marvel and Mario and all this shit, and you're saying films are shit, Films are shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the films you're watching are shit. You gotta broaden your horizons.
I'm kind of in a little bubble.
Nicholas.
Hey, I'm not saying nothing.
I said it. I don't think he's gonna listen, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll agree with him here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Always gotta start some drama.
Yeah.
Can't stop looking at that fucking lung guy.
I'll pull it away. It's distracting.
Can we look at the dodo birds instead? Can that be our screensaver?
Oh, I'd love to look
Not
at
the
some...
dodo bird, but these guys.
Momas?
Yeah. Moa. Just look
What a sick animal.
That's literally the skeleton from
Robocop
Up.
could kill it though. It is. That must be where that's inspired from.
Yeah.
What?
That
Is
must
the
be
Moa,
where
the snipe.
the birds
Oh,
from
for
Up.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. Okay.
But I thought, yeah, sick. I love RoboCop.
I do. I also love all the POV bits, all the little gimmicks they do where they like, we'll just take the camera and do this with the lens.
Spin it, yeah.
Or a little drill and the grid gets smaller
Yeah.
on them. So
It's so
sick.
silly. It's so fun.
Fuck, and this one line really hit me. After RoboCop gets fucking impaled a bunch by Boddicker, really brutal scene, and then he like stabs him in the neck, blood everywhere. Great kill, really great kill.
Mhm.
A lot of great kills in the movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but Lewis is hurt, and RoboCop has this super like it's at a victory, right?
Mhm.
You know, and RoboCop has this insane line. He's just
They'll
like,
fix you.
"They'll fix you. They fix everything,"
Yeah.
and it's so depressing.
It is.
It has this like mournful strings on the soundtrack.
Wouldn't it be great if RoboCop 2, Lewis was also a RoboCop?
That would be
and
crazy.
it was RoboCop TOO, and there were 2 RoboCops.
There you go.
Great.
Guys, write this down.
Somebody write this down.
When that RoboCop 2014 sequel comes out,
We're waiting. We are
Yeah.
waiting.
RoboCop 2025.
Yeah.
dude,
We'll make
we're
that
here for
movie.
it. Man, they'll fix you. They fix everything. How do you feel about that line, Keegan? Do corporations fix everything? Or is that a
Oh,
mournful
for
line?
sure. They fix
Is that
everything.
an ironic line? Where it's like, they fix everything, but
There's
look
no
at me.
irony in this movie.
No, it's dead serious.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be like, they fix everything, but look at me, you know?
I
Or
would
they
say
fix
yeah,
it?
because it's kind of like they fix everything to what is most amenable to them.
Mm.
If
Fix everything if
you
there's a
being
profit.
fixed is amenable to them, they will fix it.
Yeah.
Like just kind of an
Such a
example
good
of them
line.
quote unquote fixing things. You can look at like I think it's Guatemala with the Banana Republics.
Oh boy.
You could look at, like, any of those.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Anything.
just any.
Where something
Any-
comes in and then they quote unquote fix it so it's
Mhm.
more amenable to them. They will fix anything because they have the ability to. It has to be profitable for them to fix it.
Fuck. That's a great line. And also, this film also comments a lot on consumerism. A lot on consumer culture. There's
Mhm.
like 2 or 3 ad breaks just in the film.
I loved the
I
ads.
love
Me too.
the ads.
I love
too.
that board game one.
Yeah,
The
Nukem.
Nukem.
I want to play Nukem.
Get them
dude.
before they get you.
Yeah, it's just such great satire
Well,
and a great way to like deliver information too.
Mhm.
and especially because like it's the movie came out towards the end of the Cold War,
Yeah.
so thinking about that nuclear threat, that was still
Yeah.
very like most
Love shit
people
like that.
like the Cuban Missile Crisis was only like 20-30 years prior.
Yeah.
So it was very recent. Most people that
Yeah.
experienced it wouldn't even be that old. So that stuff, like that anxiety, would
Mm.
still be fresh in their mind, and I love to see it when that pops up in movies and that anxiety regarding that pops up.
You remember the conflict they talked about in the very start of RoboCop? They mentioned a
South African. They're talking about
Yeah.
apartheid.
Oh,
The movie starts
Mm.
with being like the white. Oh shit! Sorry. The white like people
Mm.
have like taken over.
yeah.
Which
Is
obviously
this set
didn't
in
happen.
Is this set in the far future,
I thought it was set probably like
distant future?
not distant future, but maybe like around now. You would think.
Oh, okay.
From
But
what
when
they
it was
would
made,
think.
it would have been distant.
Yeah.
Because they talk about how the Star Wars program
Mhm.
being like established pretty much. Like it's in use. It's something that has been
Yeah.
established in this
How
world.
do you know how long the Star Wars program actually lasted? Like, is that?
What even is the Star Wars program?
Oh, the Star Wars program is like lasers in space.
Yeah. Fun fact, that's what made a grade 9 Ethan hate Ronald Reagan, because I thought it was so nerdy.
You're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
that is it. That's honestly, it's a good reason to hate Reagan.
There's a
Just
lot
because
of
he was a
reasons.
fucking loser.
Yeah.
It's a
It
big
shows
reason
my
for me.
political
was that he was a
literacy
loser.
and
Every time
Right.
that Ronald Reagan is mentioned in our film history class, I write, fuck Ronald Reagan.
Every time that happens,
His
I
voice
go,
is grating
I go,
to me.
yeah.
I don't know if I ever really heard him speak.
Oh, I've heard him speak so much. It's so fucking annoying.
You know
I
that
hate
he's a
piece of
film
shit.
actor.
I once found
Yeah.
a quote
Yeah.
book of Ronald Reagan quotes, and I wanted to see how long it would take before I got angry at one.
Should've
And it was
bought
the
that
first
for
page I
Keegan.
opened.
Should have bought that for Keegan.
I should have.
You know, he's part of the reason why California has as much gun control as they do.
That's good.
No,
He tried to shoot him there.
actually, that's
Oh.
not why.
No? Why?
Black Panthers had staged a
Oh.
protest outside.
Even worse.
Of, like at the Capitol, and Black
What a
Panthers were very
guy.
big on open carry
Yeah.
because they're being violently murdered all the time.
Yeah.
And then immediately, him and the NRA conspired to illegalize guns very heavily in California.
That's funny. It's
Ronald Reagan.
Well, and you can see most gun
Everything
control
about you
does
I
not
hate.
come from a place of like trying to fix gun violence. It comes from a place of not wanting black people to have guns because it's
Yeah.
scary.
That's my actual reaction.
They're coming to give me my comeuppance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lord.
It's bad.
So no Ronald
Fuck
Reagan.
Ronald
We are an
Reagan.
anti-Reagan podcast. How about Nancy
we're-
Reagan? Apparently she
Would
took
you let her
advice from
suck
a-
your dick?
For sure. For sure. You have to get back
How
at
about-
Ronald somehow.
Yeah.
What's his face's wife? Jackie Kennedy.
Jackie? I have
Big
nothing
sheet
to say.
metal fan.
I don't get that.
I don't either,
What's
but it's
the-
funny as hell.
Fucking
We're gonna
Jackie.
get canceled because of that joke that nobody
Yeah.
understands.
Keegan. That's like some deep alt-right dog whistle.
Yeah. We're gonna get like 1 million views on this
Yeah.
episode.
It's like, dude, I'm the white back in America. I
Yeah.
like what I'm seeing
I like
here.
what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Mr. Pro Gamer 88 gonna come back.
Whoa. Touchy subject matter, I see. Should we dive into that?
Oh yeah.
It's deep lore.
How deep?
Not too deep.
He used to have a profile. I can't remember where it was. Was it Xbox or it was Letterboxd too, where he had Mr. Pro Gamer
You had
88.
an alt letterbox
Whoa,
account?
whoa. This is Griffin. This ain't me.
Oh, Griffin was the 88.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you changed it because of Griffin, right?
No. I've never been 88.
I thought you were.
Here's the lore. I was Mr. Pro Gamer 888. That was my gamer tag on Xbox. Still is, by the way. If anyone wants to game. Made that like a decade ago. More. Because I love 8. That's my favorite number. Not any reason. Oh, this ain't looking good. It's just a sick looking number, you guys.
Just the number 14.
And I
It
had
just
3 in
spoke
a
to
row.
me.
3 in a row. That is no dog whistle. That is no dog whistle. And then Griffin, who, forgot to set this up earlier, is our number 1 hater. We haven't talked about this on the pod, I don't think.
Griffin's
he's
a
a
big time
Nazi?
hater.
He
Oh,
is
for
a
sure.
Nazi.
For sure.
Yeah. His fucking tag on Letterboxd is Nightingale88. So.
And then he commented on it was Solo, and he didn't like it. And then
Wonder why.
and then one of a person we know responded with, "Shocker, the guy with 88 in his username doesn't like the anti-fascist movie."
A lot of things are adding up. He is.
There's a lot of reasons not to like Saul.
It's a fair disclaimer.
Yeah.
But he is our number 1 hater.
It's got a half star for me as well, but not because of its anti-fascist message. Yeah.
Yeah, Griffin's a hater.
Never gonna watch that movie.
No, you're gonna have to.
Solo
Oh
pod.
fuck.
Yeah.
Be the 4th time I watched it.
God. I remember you guys didn't know that the guy got like brutally murdered
Well, I knew that.
while
but
they were yelling
It was
like
for.
"Die commie scum."
Yeah, it was.
And shit.
Fucking. Honestly, is it bad that makes me like the movie more? Is that bad?
I would be part of the people that murder him.
Because here's my reason. Because like I see that film and I'm like, it's so excessive, so excessively violent. It's so crazy, and I'm like, I get it. I get the point you're trying to make, and you make the point.
I understood it.
But
within
where's
the first
where's
2
the
minutes of the
artful
film.
substance nuance? But knowing that he died for this, died for anti-fascist ideals, it's because I like the historical meta perspective on things. I don't think I'm gonna like the film, but
Yeah, I just
It's
wish it was a
interesting.
better movie.
it's a pretty shit film. Speaking of shit films, we watched a Serbian film last night.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Good lord.
Always hear about that one.
Not
Why?
good.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm just talking about it.
Jakey really wanted to watch it.
Nice.
No,
I'm
wanted
kind
to
of
watch
glad
it.
I didn't come.
Nah, it sucked, dude.
I was worried about doing the pod today because yesterday, like, I was trying to like order some food and I could not speak.
Shit,
was like
that bad, huh?
Yeah,
I was worried for Dirty
all
Nell.
night.
Should I be worried for Dirty Nell? I get fucked up.
I hope so.
Good. But yeah, what was I saying? Serbian film, not good. He has... Do you care if I spoil Serbian film? I don't want to say this.
I read the Wikipedia for it.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about it until you guys talked about it.
I have sex with a baby.
Yeah.
It's very bad. Very bad.
There's a lot
Was
of
it just you guys there?
Yeah. It is me, Jake, and Matt.
Okay.
Rob was gonna come. Rob was about to come.
It would have been his third movie that he ever watched.
Yep. Serbian film. He did last minute. Thank God. Not because.
Yeah.
Just because. That would have been a lot. Would have been hilarious. But we watched a great film after that, Superfly. It's a blaxploitation film.
Oh, I haven't seen
Speaking
it.
of black culture.
Yep.
Great film. Those are so much fun.
Great soundtrack too, right?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good, dude.
Speaking of black culture?
You mentioned Black Panthers earlier, so...
It's just weird to jump from Serbian film to...
Ah, Jesus.
Speaking of black culture...
I'm not looking good on this
Ethan's
cast.
I think you're doing well. I think this is a very good podcast.
I'm not looking good, though.
You're living up to the 888.
Yeah.
There's an extra 8 on there. 888. That's 3 8s.
Yeah.
So...
Triple Monty.
Just stutter.
I like to walk the line. I like to walk the line. Like that one Johnny Cash song.
That's a good song.
It is a good song.
Basically like the Johnny Cash of Critterpit.
Yeah. We should do a Critterpit in a prison.
We should.
Just like
You
Johnny
gotta go to
Cash.
Folsom Prison.
Exactly.
Is that the prison he sang at? How do you say dinosaur? How do you say that word?
Dinosaur?
Fuck you.
Bro, I had so I was in French immersion for a
Yeah.
long time. A teacher would give a shit for saying, like, when we were doing the English bits, he'd like, it's not dinosaur, it's dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
He tried to get so
I
many
didn't
kids
say
to
that,
say
please.
dinosaur in English. And it's like, damn, man. That's why I don't respect the French.
Fuck the French. Whoa, Graham's French.
Beef
I
between
respect
the
Graham.
number 1 and
Good.
2 fans.
Yeah.
Hey.
We have to have a debate.
You act
between
like two
Graham
legends cannot
and
coexist,
Keegan.
man.
Because
True.
Graham likes to disagree with a lot of things. So that'd be very funny. Graham disagrees with your take. Not disagrees, but about crime coming from poverty.
How so?
No. Okay. Graham kind of had a very stupid take on this.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
He was
he's
like,
gonna watch this.
I know, but okay, Graham,
Graham,
I'm sorry,
I love you.
but
This
it was
sounds
a
worse,
pretty,
not mine.
it was
I was just trying to stir the pot.
it was not a great take.
What was
His
the take?
What was
remember his take was like, well, I know a guy who's not from poverty and he does crime.
Yeah.
Exceptions have never made any real point.
Fuck
Like,
it.
it's undeniable. It's factually correct that people would like rob, like, people aren't just going into houses and robbing them for fun.
Mhm.
Some people for sure are. There's some
Yeah.
people who are like, fuck yes, I want to rob that house. But a lot of people are like,
Like the
My-
crew
I'm gonna
in,
fucking starve if I don't.
Robocop, the goons.
Like,
They do for sure do that for fun. Yeah.
heroin, like heroin users. Most heroin users, they are committing a crime when they buy it. They are.
Mhm.
They aren't doing it because they're like, damn, it would be so fun if I was addicted to heroin. They're doing it because they're poor.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of murders are because people are in terrible states mentally and they don't have the infrastructure to gain support to help their mental issues to get in a position where they wouldn't be committing that crime. And obviously, they are still responsible and they should still, I don't know if I'd say be punished, but should be rehabilitated, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But to suppose that poverty is not the root of crime is foolish and short-sighted. Because, yes, if you were to eliminate poverty, crime would still exist. It's undeniable. And there are always exceptions like that.
Just look at Winona Ryder.
What's up with her?
Oh,
Did she shoplift a bunch?
Yeah.
Oh, dummy.
Yeah.
Isn't she
You
rich?
said it was for a role when she got caught.
Isn't she rich?
She is rich.
What the fuck?
She's
That's
an
like
actor.
when
Yeah. She's in Stranger Things.
B. Nor shoplifting. That reminds me of that.
But like, crime is a very complex thing, of course.
Yeah.
But there are simplistic ways to solve it. Like, people will objectively rob people less if their material needs are met.
Yeah, definitely.
And even the kleptomaniacs who are like, God, I love stealing. If there's the proper infrastructure for them,
they can seek help.
You'll be able to get them help and be able to get them to stop. However, the issue is a lot of that help is very expensive and comes at great personal risk, where you might become discriminated against now because you are open about it. Like here, so this is going to be delving into a very controversial topic.
Ooh,
but we love getting controversial.
Like with like sexual assault, it is obviously terrible.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Robocop's anti-sexual assault.
That is good. It
Robocop
is good to be.
is anti-sexual.
He stops a rape.
And then he's
very
like,
good.
Miss, you have experienced a trauma. I will notify the nearest rape helpline center.
Yeah.
So
now,
sick.
obviously, there are some sick people who just need a bullet in the skull, but who are just doing terrible things for
Griffin.
fun. But
the number one hater.
A lot of times, these things could be helped by changing social conditioning and altering the way society is structured, and like. These crimes are not issues of individuals; they are issues of society.
Yeah.
And how society is structured. So
Like
with
most
things like that, if
issues.
you structure society differently, you will see these things dissipate.
Mhm.
And if they don't, you can just shoot the people that do it.
Like most issues, they go deeper than the surface.
Absolutely.
They have roots.
And to kind of to divorce it from people's material circumstances is foolish. It lacks materialist analysis, which is very important.
You have to look at that. Because we live in a material world. Is that a song?
Living in a material world. I'm a material girl.
There you go.
See,
That's the max
Sing
of the
it.
Madonna song I know.
Nice, dude.
It's a good song though.
Are we pro Madonna here?
Big time.
Fuck yeah.
I think we should get Madonna to do our theme.
We should.
Because
we don't
how
have a
many
theme
episodes
yet.
has it been? And
Elijah.
Aliyah, we casually mentioned it to him once.
Just knock on the wall.
Yeah, he's like right beside. Yeah.
Where it at,
You should
dude?
get Madonna on the pod.
We're thinking
should
about
get
it. We're
Madonna.
trying,
We've been
but
reaching out. We've had our people reaching out.
She just hasn't seen any movies.
Yeah.
Not working
That's the
out.
thing. That's the thing about it. You have to have seen the movie to come on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Unfortunately.
And Madonna just doesn't make the cut.
Is your first time watching Robocop?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
First time watching any movie.
Fuck yeah.
Never watched Keegan's first movie.
Keegan's first film. And it was great.
Yeah.
That
This
was
is a
good.
film.
not all movies are like this. Most movies
Shit.
are.
Yeah, this is a fucking...
This is
such a good movie.
Yeah.
So many layers.
This
so many...
is the rich person that does crime of
Yeah.
movies.
It's so sophisticated.
Yeah.
And that is, that's one thing I liked about the movie was how it structures the corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Is, at least to me, now I saw the critique in the terrible podcast I listened to. I listened to a communist
Name 'em.
analysis
Name 'em.
of Robocop. I don't remember it. I tried to forget it
Well, fuck
immediately.
'em.
It made me so fucking mad. They
Trigger
spent like,
hole.
number one, baby.
they spent
bunk
like
hole.
40 minutes of the build-up to their podcast not talking about Robocop.
See, I like a bit of preamble.
Oh, of course.
I
A bit of
like
preamble's fun, but
20 minutes.
the majority
Get
of your
comfortable.
podcast being preamble is annoying.
How long was the cast?
Second, it was about as long as RoboCop.
You're not
Okay.
gonna like episode
Yes.
6 or 7.
Episode 8 is crazy.
And they spent like 20 minutes discussing whether or not they thought RoboCop's wife was a housewife or not.
Okay, let's get into it. Is she a
That's
housewife?
not.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just
She's
so
barely in the
awkward.
movie.
I also found out from their podcast though. I found out some good things. I heard about the lamp test, which I didn't know was a thing.
It's a lamp test.
Could you replace the female character with a lamp and have the movie be unchanged?
Yes. In this movie particularly,
Yeah,
he
actually,
only cares about his kid.
other than like, I think the
You wouldn't
female
take a
cop,
Halloween photo with a lamppost, though. That doesn't make
Yeah,
any
but you
sense.
could. Like,
the female
Makes no
cop is
sense.
a bit of a struggle to
Lewis?
pass that test. 'cause
I think
she
Lewis-
she is important.
yeah, Lewis would, but
I do love Lewis. So.
I thought that was a neat test.
It's
So it
Carrie's.
gave me some good insight.
It's Carrie. She plays Carrie.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Apparently
But-
before this, she was known for her luscious
it's
curls.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
But
She plays Carrie in the new one, doesn't she?
Oh.
Okay.
That went completely over my head.
Buddy, that went right
Yeah.
over your head.
But no, before this, apparently she was well known for her curly, luscious hair. First day,
And then they
Verhoeven
sidelined
was
her.
like, "You have to cut the hair." She cut the hair short. I'm trying my Verhoeven.
And then she was like, "But I'm only in 2 minutes of this movie. Do I really need to?"
and then
he was just like,
RoboCop
cut the
also
hair.
Cuts the hair.
also
It
fails
cuts
the
the hair.
Bechdel test.
Yeah, for sure does.
Yeah, because there's only... yeah. No, there's no way it passes.
No. But,
do you want to know another movie that doesn't pass that test? Woman Talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they're only talking about men.
The Revenant doesn't pass it either.
That's crazy. I thought
that's
kind
of nuts.
I would have thought it would have passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I sidetracked myself a bit. But like, how they disagreed. The podcast, they thought the movie was structured in that it was very individualistic with its corruption, and that it's kind of went for the one bad apple philosophy. I personally didn't see that too much. I can see why you would get there, and I would think your average denominator viewer would come to that conclusion.
Yeah, your stupid podcast.
Yeah, for dumb podcasts for dumb people.
Oh, I meant like the one bad apple philosophy.
Yeah, because I think without this film, you see the prevalent of that evil corporate culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're all demons. Even Johnson, just smiley thumbs up guy. He's a demon too.
Oh yeah,
they're all demons.
But it is it's one thing that I liked about it was it showed to me that the corruption is a conscious thought. I would have liked to see the CEO be more of a prick.
Yeah.
Because he kind of just seemed like a bit of a...
He seems so nice through the whole thing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The CEO.
And that is where
he becomes
I would
the main villain in the second one, though.
Okay.
Without Dick Jones.
Okay.
I think.
Who's the guy who becomes the other robot?
Tom Noonan's Kane. The second one's great. It's a commentary on drug.
Oh, fancy.
The second one also has a very great sequence where like RoboCop has like 1 billion directives.
Oh my god!
It's great. It's like the future liberals want.
Yeah, it's like no crosswalk, no jaywalking.
I've heard they actually really dropped the satirical tones in the later ones.
Yeah, I would say the second one, it's like it's still there. It's not as much, but like
third one's straight.
Haven't seen the third one.
Mm-hmm.
There's some vibe though.
Goes for the Dirty Harry stuff.
RoboCop goes to war against OCP. It's kind of sick. He like joins a revolution because OCP is they're like gentrifying the whole of Detroit, forcing people out forcibly out of their homes.
What did they think was gonna happen? It's like all of these movies.
It's finally happening.
Like Delta City,
and they're all stormtroopers pretty much.
Yeah.
RoboCop joins the revolution against them, and they have wars in the streets.
Got to put him on that.
RoboCop flies.
Oh,
spoilers! RoboCop can fly in the third one.
Gotta get RoboCop's face on that picture of like the one that's like Lenin, Marx, Stalin, and Mao. Put him on there. Yeah,
he's up.
But his stretched face.
Here's the question, though. You are very much ACAB, I think.
Have we convinced you through this podcast?
Is RoboCop a good
Is it
cop?
ACAB except RoboCop?
Yeah.
ACABERB. Or ERC.
Because before you even answer, I'll say, by all definitions of a cop, he is not a very good cop. He does not arrest many people.
He shoots them.
He shows up and shoots them and then leaves.
Well, and also, I would say he's not a good cop because of his directives. His directives is to follow the law, and considering that many laws are unjust, he's enforcing a system of injustice in a way that is almost impossible for citizens to rebel against. Because how the fuck are you supposed to beat a robot with like a poster or a sign?
A giant magnet.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Giant magnet,
like the Breaking Bad
a big
magnet.
Scrap of metal you can drop from a crane.
Some people are dumbasses. They just don't think about this stuff.
Explosive snipers.
Second Amendment. Every U.S. citizen has the right to a giant magnet.
Yeah. Or to drop
has the right to a sniper rifle that shoots grenades.
Yeah. Man. So RoboCop's not a good cop. But he's a good man.
Yeah, there's one thing that I liked about the movie that it was very predictive of was the hyper-militarization of the police.
Yeah, big time.
And the thing is, it almost undersold it. How crazy it's gotten.
Yeah.
Well, because if you look at it, most police departments these days will have military-grade equipment.
Fuck.
They have military it's
just
crazy.
ED-209s out there.
There are multiple police departments that have tanks. That have actual tanks.
Edmonton Police has tanks.
Shit. Do we have tanks?
Red Deer, probably not.
That sucks. God damn it.
But it's like, you have this issue where you're running into this hyper-militarization, and you're running into these people that, A, are not trained on how to use these things, are not trained on proper rules of engagement.
I could use a fucking tank.
I once saw a tank, like a
no
personal
one would cut me
owned
off
tank.
ever again.
That's true.
In
if you had a tank?
Second Cup parking lot, just like a tank.
That's awesome.
It was crazy. People were taking photos with it.
I would.
It was just like a guy pulled up in a tank.
Someone cuts in front of you, just
Just
blow their
blow
car
'em
to
up.
bits with a 50 cal.
Yeah.
Just live it.
And then you
Yeah.
do a silly little laugh.
Because you just love being evil.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting how it showed it. But and just it is predictive. It's a very predictive movie. It's
Mhm.
it got the automation. It
So
got
smart.
the increasing shittiness of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Consumers,
Anybody could have predicted that.
That's
yeah.
true.
Even Verhoeven could have.
Yeah. That's how
yeah.
that's why he didn't see it as satire. He was just like, well,
That is
obviously.
just Detroit.
Yeah.
I was in Detroit last week. It's just Robocop.
You were in Detroit last week.
For sure.
This is so perfect. What incredible timing.
Keegan was born 5 minutes away from Detroit.
5 minutes from
So
Detroit.
it's perfect
Yeah.
timing. Perfect guest. It's lovely.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting talking about the militarization.
How do you feel about the one speech the cop gives? Because I've heard you mention police unions before as a concept.
That's actually in my notes.
Yeah,
That
and
they're bad
there's that
actually.
big speech of the cop going, "Police don't strike. We are not
And
garbage
yes, they
men."
fucking do. They do
So,
all the time.
what are your thoughts on that speech? Because I like that guy. He's a really great character.
The chief.
Yeah, I love the chief.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
He's wrong.
he's wrong. Police don't strike. They
So,
should strike. I mean.
Brandon Johnson recently won a election in Chicago,
Mhm.
and police en masse were threatening to strike if he won, or like tens of thousands of them were threatening to quit if he won.
Mhm. How do you
Let
feel about the political
Yeah.
message there, though, of that chief, that the police shouldn't strike? You're rocking with that?
No, go ahead,
No.
do what you will. Oh, that
police
was also
unions
one thing
bad
that
or
yes,
good?
very.
So they shouldn't strike.
They shouldn't have a union.
They're already too powerful.
Well, I thought unions
Well,
were good.
So union, it's more complex than that because
Just police is a bad organization.
well, I mean, like would a union of the U.S. military be
Mm.
good?
That'd be terrible.
Not good.
But it is because police
We
unions,
want
what they
more
often
bullets
do
for Iraqi
is
skulls right now.
not only do they pay for their training, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll send you guys some videos of it. It's crazy. They're trained to be like sociopaths. They're trained to be. There's a video he's talking about like. The cop that is licensed in New York is licensed to carry in Minnesota, is licensed to carry in Florida, is licensed to carry in blah.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be carrying your guns, you should be taking
Which
them on
is
to
a
planes.
good thing because of Die Hard.
Good
you
point.
know.
Because of that.
And he
that
said,
could
like,
happen anytime.
That could happen to anybody.
You should
And
bring your
luckily
guns
there
on
was
the
a cop
plane.
there.
And he's saying you should always be ready. They have this philosophy of always be ready
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
extreme violence.
They just watched
It's
all the
very
Die Hard movies just in case.
reactionary.
Very.
Yeah.
But when you have that mindset of there's constantly a threat of danger, you're going to overreact. Like if a guy's walking towards you and you're thinking in your head, this guy's going to beat the shit out of me. This guy's going to beat the shit out of me. You might swing first, and it turns out he was just saying, "Hey, you dropped your wallet."
He was just a black guy.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, it's
But,
bad.
All the puzzle pieces are clicking for me now.
and police unions, one of the big things they do is they cover up police violence.
Mm-hmm.
And they've advocated heavily for things like what's it called? It's something immunity. So basically, police cannot be charged for a crime if a police officer has not already been tried for that exact qualified immunity. I think that's what's called.
Oh.
Or they can't be charged for a crime if a police officer has not already been charged.
So they can never be charged for anything new.
It's very, very difficult.
That's
great.
insane.
It's a great time.
It's
to live in.
extremely difficult to charge police for things. It's why so often the punishment for like stomping in a child's skull is take 6 months of paid leave.
Yeah.
It's like go take a vacation. It's like that's why. It's because they can't be charged.
Yeah.
RoboCop isn't a satire.
Barely.
Yeah,
Because
barely.
It's
real.
just
Yeah.
this is what happens.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man.
It's holding a mirror up to society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few last things I'll say about RoboCop is just fantastic utilization of the film form. Just so well done. Like the scene they set up in the commercial, Fredrickson's got shot, the police officer. So you're establishing Detroit as this lawless, fucking place. And then you have Murphy going in, and that whole police station scene is just excellent. Just so much going on, so much yelling.
Even when the chief comes in and he's like, "All right, money for the family," the usual. Like it's it's just a routine.
Everyone's quiet. They're talking about striking.
Yeah.
He comes in, everyone's dead quiet, and he just that shot up and taking the nameplate off the locker,
putting the new one in.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Taking all the shit out.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's awesome.
So casual.
You have Lewis fucking fist fighting in the main area. Just awesome, dude. It's just great. world building.
It is.
I love one of the hookers you see in there. She like says something to Murphy like, "Oh, look at you, hot stuff," or something. And later in the scene when Lewis is beating up the criminal, you see her going like, she's just in the background. Yeah, just mimicking her.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Just such a well-made film.
Yeah, great directing.
I love one thing about the strike.
Yeah.
So when the police go on strike, there is a bit of a liberal assumption, and I don't mean liberal as in like liberal conservative. I mean it in the more theoretical sense.
Yeah.
But the idea that police stop like the floodgates of anarchy and violence, it's not correct.
No.
I just don't. And like, there's the idea that they are a preventative force of violence. They're not. They're a reactive.
Yeah.
You know, like they show up after. They're not there before your house gets robbed. They're there after.
Which,
yeah,
is something I'll say is very striking within this film. Is you see Detroit as a war zone, right?
Mm-hmm. And the second the police go on strike, there's like a massive riot. It's like, no, sure, there'd probably be some. There'd for sure be a little bit, but it would not be uncontrollable.
The film clearly spells out just like this is all symptoms of each other, right? You have all this crime, and then it's funded by a corporation. You know, police are super militarized. Well, you have criminals who are sponsored by corporations already
to generate the crime to increase police.
It's all
so
business.
They can get more
it's
stuff.
all profit. It's all symptoms and causes of each other, and it's just such a smart film, dude. It's so
I really
good.
liked it.
It's a 10 out of 10 movie.
Probably.
Just effects perfect, satire's great, acting's perfect.
I have to say it was gruesome, but the bit where he got shot to bits looked so cool.
Yeah.
I'm such a sucker for practical effects, though. It's so sick.
That shot where they have the prosthetic head and they do the big spin around to the back of his head, and then you see him getting shot in the head.
Oh, it's
Effect.
incredible.
Just great effects.
Yeah, all the effects are great. So would you buy the Criterion of this?
Here, pull it up. Because
the Criterion of this one kind of sucks.
Pull up, Jamie.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks, but I almost bought it the other day when I bought Dead Ringers.
Yeah?
Yeah, I almost did.
You already own this on DVD.
I know.
In the big collection.
See, it's a pretty weak.
The Steelbook is better.
I don't think... Yeah.
If this
was steel, that would be really cool.
But I don't think it is.
Yeah, but I agree that the Arrow release Steelbook is better. But
is that a mock?
No, I think this is the full thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like...
See, I would if I saw it in a store for sure, but it's definitely not something I'm going out and seeking.
Yeah.
Because it's just... Does it work? Because I think... Have you ever seen the Citizen Kane Criterion? Very simple. It's just the K. But I think that works.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it's so iconic.
It's bigger than life.
Barbie has some Citizen Kane parallels.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a scene where Ken is standing and there's a whole bunch of like Ken banner, or it's either Ken or Barbie.
I love
banners
that shit.
In the background, very Citizen Kane-y.
So hyped for Barbie, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so sick. So, Keegan, we usually call somebody to get a reference.
Yeah.
So you can call someone, or you can just give a recommendation.
Pulling up the phone. I like it.
I'm going to my letterbox.
Ooh.
Nice.
Rating it?
What?
Oh. Sorry. You didn't rate Robocop on Letterboxd. I saw that.
Not yet.
Not yet. You're waiting. No spoilers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I'll recommend The Alpinist.
Okay.
It's one of my personal favorites. I love that movie.
Tell us what it's about.
It's about he's one of the best free climbers ever, Marc-Andre Leclerc.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such an inspiring movie. It got me into free climbing. It got me more into solos and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing documentary about an incredibly inspiring man.
That's sick. What do you think of the free solo guy, Alex?
He's so fucking sick. He's so awesome.
Yeah, you like him? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of climbers in Edmonton that are kind of like anti-Alex, whatever his name is, because they see him as like reckless in a way. Like he's like doesn't probably represent the community a little bit. Yeah, he's sick though. I agree. I've only seen that
Wipe
movie.
your tears.
Yeah.
Go home.
You should go into your philosophy with free climbing, because I actually think it's very interesting.
Which bit?
Just about its death kind of aspects of it, how dangerous it is.
So, yeah, the part of the beauty of it for me is that risk, because it's always there, it's always present, and you have to grapple with it. And also, if you die doing it, at least for me, chances are you're just going to become part of the beautiful system that has birthed you. You are now becoming part of nature and part of the system. You're providing new growth. You're providing new things, and also, it's like the ultimate feat of human accomplishment. You're going crazy. You're doing the most insane thing possible.
Omnicorp finds you at the bottom.
They
make you Robo Climber.
That's even better.
They make you Robo Climber.
Okay, write that down.
The perfect free climber.
Yeah. They can fix you too.
And then the whole like crux of the movie is like, is it free climbing if he's like a robot?
Designed to free climb.
Exactly.
Free
climbing. We don't know.
Yeah.
And also, it's just
so pink Robo Climber.
There's a sense of purity about it.
Yeah,
where
I like that.
It's not artificial. You're not using, you're not stuck up there with things that are man-made. You're up there with yourself, your own ingenuity. You have to rely on your own skill and your own mindset.
Yeah, test the capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, there's no rope to save you.
Yeah.
There's no
safety.
lifeline.
The ultimate feat.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
You are there, and it's you. It's why, I do a lot of solo backpacking, a lot of solo hiking.
Okay.
And part of that is that. It's that I'm on my own. I have to fix problems if they occur. I have to rely on my own skill and my own ingenuity. I can't rely on some fail-safe.
Yeah.
I can't be a coward.
It's like immediate, You're removed from all these, within modern society, these,
safety nets, right?
Yeah.
Just built around you.
And it's immediate because you're disconnected from all this in society, It's just back of your mind, but with climbing, it's all just in your backpack or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's all right there, which is the idea I like. I'm not into climbing or anything, but I like backpacking.
It's fun. Yeah. I like bouldering and stuff, but I don't know if I could.
What's bouldering?
It's just like the short climbing kind of.
Smaller free climbing?
Yeah.
I've bouldered.
I've
bouldered with the best of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So free climbing's dope. Shout out Alex
Honnold,
yeah.
Shout out Alex Honnold.
Yeah.
Fuck those Edmonton free climbers. They don't know. They're Wawa babies.
I'm not gonna say that, but because they're all big fans, we'll have them on.
Oh yeah.
Here, I'll say something. I'm gonna mail each one of you a bomb.
It's going on the internet.
Legally speaking, I will not.
Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft, allegedly.
In my imagination.
Yeah.
I'm very angry with all of you.
Yeah.
But and also there is a sense of purity to it again, in that if something goes wrong, it's natural. It's not forced. You're not developing something that's gonna destroy your body slowly. You're not getting creamed by some semi truck.
Yeah.
It's natural. It's
part
part
of
of the cycle
bigger
of
than
life.
Yourself.
Exactly.
It's almost humble in a way.
And God, there's
beautiful.
such amazing beauty out there, and it's one of the best ways to see it. Climb to a spot that's high up and look at all the cool shit that's around you.
Yeah. I have a crippling fear of heights. I would
Yeah.
die.
I'm making a movie about Keanu one day when he climbs fucking all the mountains.
That'd be fun. You can make a documentary on you.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get a drone and just fly it right in your face. It's just so natural.
Yeah. Just connect with my spirit.
I'm trying to plan a pretty sick solo attempt this summer.
When are you doing it? What day? What time?
Probably August.
Just so Critterpit Nation can be there for you.
Trying for August.
We're gonna catch you.
I want to get I'm gonna try Mount Michener.
Okay.
But I have to learn how to fucking kayak. Because it's mostly a winter hike where you have to walk across Lake Abraham to get to it.
That's nuts.
But I'm going to be kayaking across Lake Abraham. And attempting to do it.
It's fun.
Me and Keegan are going to kayak this summer.
We're going to get drunk as shit and canoe across Sylvan Lake.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We're going to go fully across.
Okay.
I think it's probably a lot farther than we think.
Away. Probably
is there
at
anything
least
on the other side?
Nope.
This is what fucking
So you have to go there and back.
This is what
just farms.
This is what fueled people to come to this fucking place, to this new world.
Yeah.
I just want to see what's over there.
It's true. It's all about the experience, right?
I feel like we'll probably get shut down by.
I was looking into it. I couldn't find. I don't think there's any rules about it,
dude.
There's speed rules.
Yeah, I don't even know if you need a permit for a canoe.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the cheapest canoe we can.
The only thing you might need is if you wanted to take it off the dock, you'd need a permit to take it off the dock.
Yeah, but that's not. don't even necessarily need that.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Just
just go off the beach.
Just bring me around. I'll flash my Métis card.
Yeah.
Yo,
I like
guys,
Back off.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Shut down.
I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to be here. Okay, white boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we love nature.
We do. We do.
love
indeed.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
Big time.
Don't like human cops.
We don't like the structure of policing.
There we
There
go.
we go.
I like
It's like-
that.
I have relatives that are police, and I love them deeply. They're
Mhm.
good people in their hearts. Like, it's just, you know, hell, I don't
Fuck
like.
'em.
I don't.
Fuck them all.
No, I
Yeah.
don't like. I don't like the oil field either. I don't hate
Yeah.
oil field workers.
No,
though.
yeah.
I do.
That's fair. Me too.
They're a bad ilk.
There's
But,
a movie I want to watch called How to Blow Up a Pipeline.
Me too. That movie looks sick.
It looks
I
really
feel like
good.
I've heard of
I
that.
think Sean
Yeah.
would like that movie. Yeah.
Sean's an interesting guy.
Cousin of Brendan Miller.
Oh, that's a you mentioned him.
Yeah.
I do want to add to my earlier remark. I would never commit an act of terrorist violence against anyone. Just adding
I'm glad to have that clarified.
There'll be no violence in the free climate.
There'll be no
community.
climbing on climbing.
I have. I
violence.
have never violated the law, nor will I, at any point.
He just winked. He winked at me.
He just winked big time.
Whoa.
I also had my fingers crossed.
Why
behind
does
my
he have
back.
Whoa.
inconspicuous boxes full of unmarked explosives
why
behind him?
why are they
About-
addressed to all my friends?
Why are they all going to Edmonton?
Why are they
Yeah.
all ticking so loud?
Yeah.
And what's that clock sound? Weird. Weird times. And that's the end. Well,
You gotta add
Thank-
an actual sound effect. There.
Yeah.
thanks
Okay, I'm
for
gonna
coming
stop.
on, Keegan.
Thank you.
Well,
Thanks for your
thanks for having me.
your political insights,
Always
Yeah.
glad to.
your
to give
fun
it.
banter.
Sorry, it's so incredibly hot in here. It's always very
It
hot.
is
and
hot.
I normally have the window open and the fan blaring, but obviously
Yeah.
can't have that with all
No.
the extra sound.
Mhm.
One day we'll get you back on again. Talk about Robocop
Don't forget
2
your
and 3.
police thing. I see that it's on the floor there.
It is.
Dude,
I dropped it, man.
Yeah.
come on. But yeah, dope.
All right,
Hour and 31. Is
Yeah.
this the longest?
No.
Okay, we have
We
another
went, like,
hour and a half.
4
then.
was pretty long.
Yeah, we went for like an hour 40 on that.
I still haven't finished that one. I only listened to the bits of you guys talking about the stuff I said.
Yeah.
Shout out.
That one is a little all over. All the Graham episodes sometimes go a
Yeah.
little off the rails.
We love Graham, though.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, Critterpit Nation.
We'll see you next time.